Conversations with gospel artists, pastors. Our favors would guide us through all the troubles and disasters. Indeed, we fell short, but the Lord never passed us. Our belief in God is the most important factor. It's the Velika B Project. You're now tuned in to the Velika B Project with your host, Velika B, lover of God, founder and CEO of Set Apart and Chosen. Sit back and relax and enjoy the conversations.
Hello. Welcome back, my friends, my family, my radio, IG family, YouTube family, Facebook, and podcast family. Thank you so much for supporting our podcast again. This is the Velika B Project, and I am excited, as usual, about my next guest, which let me drop his graphic. Kenny Lewis, y'all. Last year, he did an amazing virtual concert on our page. And I cannot wait to bring him on. Let's not even wait. Brother Kenny, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm excited to have. Listen, let me tell you. I didn't know too much about you until last year when you did the concert.
Okay.
And I have different concerts on my page. And I remember it was a Monday night. And your
Right.
concert did extremely well.
Oh,
Extremely well. And it was really good. It was really good. It was really
thank you
good.
so much. I appreciate you sharing your platform with us and allowing us to be a part. We had a great time.
Absolutely. I want to kind of introduce people to you, let them know who you are if they do not know. From what I'm hearing, you are from Chicago. Is that correct?
Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City.
Chicago. Listen,
All my life.
all your life, are you still in Chicago?
I'm still here.
Hey, one of my besties, she's from Chicago. I don't know what area, but she moved down here to Georgia. But Chicago, like I got to get up there with her when the pandemic ends to get back up to
Yeah.
I think that'll be dope. But I'm also seeing that you back in 2000, you released your first national project, which was The Bridge, and that was on Malaco Records. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how and who you worked with at the time?
Yes, things were happening so fast for us. Believe it or not, we're 22 years old. So when we released that, we were only about maybe 2 years in the game.
Wow.
And things just kind of happened overnight for us. Um, we had did some kind of situation where they give you like 8 minutes, and so you pay a little fee and you get to sing on the showcase for 8 minutes.
Okay.
And when we sang, we were offered our first national deal, and yeah, it was on the Malaco. Great experience with them, and things kind of move a little too fast. I tell people all the time, make sure you're ready for the industry.
Thank you.
Make sure you have something to say to the people. So it was kind of a little fast for us. I can admit that now, all these years later. But it definitely groomed me and helped me become the artist that we are today.
So I mean, it's a living experience, living and learning. So a little birdie, let me know that you have your own. Is it a label that you have now? What do you have going on? Tell us about that.
It is. We just stepped out on faith and started this label for this latest project, and believe it or not, it has been a huge blessing. Um, uh, if I've never known God to fulfill His promises, He's done it for us and for this project. Project has only been out for four months,
Okay.
and it has been the biggest project that I've had. And I'm grateful. I tell people all the time that this project has freed me. So many times when you're locked into labels, you have to release music that they want you to release or that they feel is sufficient for you being a group or a choir. But I was able to just release the music that God had really given me. And people have embraced it, and we are elated for the support that we've got.
Which project? Can you let us know which project this is that you have with the one that you're just talking about?
Yeah. This is entitled, the latest project is entitled Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Undefeated. Yep.
Awesome.
It was the first single. We
Mhm.
just went to radio with the second single last week, but it was the first single. I think it got maybe top 20 on
Okay.
the charts, but the album and the single when it dropped in top three and four in
Okay.
the country on Billboard. Yeah.
That's good. Billboard chart. That's really good. That's
Oh
really, really
yeah, and that was on the sales chart, So man, God has just proven himself to be faithful, and just a bigger fan base. I always tell people, build your fan base, build your fan. Your fan base can never get big enough, um, and we're reaching some people that we've never reached, and
Mhm.
that was my overarching goal or desire.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I think this was the Refocus project. I'm kind of going back now, but
Hmm.
it seemed like the Refocus project, you generated over 1.5 million audio and video streams.
That's true. That's true.
You,
I had Brother Zacardi Cortez was a feature on that one. Um, Lisa Knowles, I
okay.
had her, and a couple locals. I always try to give, well, people that I believe in,
Yeah.
that may not get a bigger platform. I always try to give them a platform to showcase, their talent. So we had a few locals that I absolutely love here in Chicago that were also featured on there. Yeah, um, I thought that was big.
No, that's big. That's
That's
big.
big.
That's
And
big.
listen, um, Facebook now has started the video streaming services, and we just the top of the week. Well, today is only Wednesday. We hit 2 million streams on one song, which is "He's Been Good." It's featuring Charles Jenkins. I have Tiffany Andrews on this singing a song, amazing. It's over a million views. Um, one more, Pastor Michael Lampkin. He's
Yes.
also featured. So those were the three features on this new project entitled "Undefeated."
So is the video place, is it doing well on Facebook or is it doing good on YouTube? Which one is it doing?
Well, here's the thing. What people didn't know that on Facebook, Facebook has become a streaming service as well as of December 15th.
Yes.
So, whereas on YouTube, you have to go through the ads and all that. On Facebook, you can just click the link.
Yes.
And it's, glory to God, is monetized too. But yeah, on Facebook, they're kind of competing with YouTube.
Yes, and me and somebody, I have actually a meeting later on the day to discuss some things with that as well. So offline, I'm gonna tell you about that. We're excited
Okay.
about Facebook. Listen, you're gonna be excited too when I tell you about it. But
Yeah. Okay.
that
Okay.
is amazing. Thank you so much for that. Now, give us some ideas of people that you have worked with.
Um, Well, over the years, well, I've sang, and this may be taking it back. Mark Hubbard, his very first single on Tye Records, I led that. It was called "Worthy of All the Praise."
Awesome.
Ricky Dillard released a project entitled "Hallelujah,"
Okay.
and that was the single. I led that on some of his projects back in. I don't know which one that was, but I've worked with Albertina Walker. I've shared the stage with the likes of the Thompson Community Singers, Tye Tribbett, Mary, um, just so many people. It
Man.
seems like now, I tell people you have to put your time in. It just seems like now that as the world is opening, our fan base is opening even more, and people are now gravitating even more so to who Kenny Lewis and One Voice is. Our first nomination for our Stella, the first one was 2016. So uh, we were excited about that, but here
Mhm.
we are, 2021, and we're excited even more so about what God is doing. I'm one that uh, always, preaches and teach, hey, trust God, trust God, trust God. And I have done that all my life, especially in this music game, because this music game can be discouraging.
Mhm.
Um, but it's so, um, it leaves me speechless to see what he's doing with the ministry,
Absolutely.
above and beyond anything I could even ask or think right now at this present time in our career.
Okay, but you kind of flew past that.
Okay.
Speaking of Stellars, you're nominated again this year. Fan base, we need your
And
support community. Tell them about Stellars and how they can support you.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. Go to the Stellar Awards, and vote for us. We are in 8 categories. We're in the second round. It is now open to the public, that the public can now vote as well. And we would absolutely love your support. It's been crazy, the embrace, that people have gotten from this project. I wanted to not be locked in this box that they put so-called choirs in, that you can only release this kind of music, but I wanted to do CCM, I wanted to do quartet, I wanted to do
Yes.
urban, I wanted to do all of that. And
Mhm.
I wanted the album to just be a one-stop shop. I gotta shout out Aaron Lewis. A lot of people know him from Kirk Franklin and James Fortune, but he co-produced this project with me. I brought him in, and I told him, man, I just want this to be a balance. We're not targeting one sector of people. We're targeting everybody,
Right,
you know.
right, right.
And that has been exactly what has happened, and God has proven Himself.
Awesome. Well, that's good. I'm listen. One thing what made I'm gonna tell you one thing that made our page Set Apart and Chosen successful is choir music.
Hmm.
Choir music made us successful. I'm gonna be 100, especially like old school
Yeah,
choir music, just even quartet. Listen, people on my page love quartet.
yeah,
Tell
they
me
do.
without it's not even being biased. Who's your favorite all-time group singer song?
I don't have one favorite, but I was always inspired by Andre Crouch,
Yes.
uh, and the Hawkins, because of just what I was talking about, the variety. They didn't approach, if it was a choir song, they approached like choir song. If it was a group or quartet, they knew how to sing and embody the different styles.
Hmm.
You can't sing a worship song like you do a groove. And I always admired that all of their songs had their own individual identity.
Right.
So yeah, so Andre Crouch, the Hawkins, Thomas Whitfield were my inspirations growing up.
Yes. So
Hmm.
that asks the question: dead or alive, someone that you have not worked with, who would you love to work with?
Kimberell and Brandy.
Really?
Yeah,
Them two together on that live that time was crazy.
Kim, I did Kim's Facebook Live, and she said, "Kitty, there would not be the next project without her being on." I told her I'm gonna hold that to
That's good. That's good. Were you
it. Yeah,
nervous
yeah,
on her
yeah,
live? Were you nervous on her live?
yeah.
Were you nervous?
Listen, it has to happen. Yeah, everybody knows Kim and Brandy are my absolute top.
Uh,
Yeah,
awesome, awesome. Can
yeah.
you let everyone know also the projects that you have going on, like right now, that you would like to push out, or up and coming projects as well? What can we expect from Kenny Lewis?
Well, so many things are on the horizon. The world is opening back up, um, and some things overseas. That has been one of my biggest uh, uh, things that I want to do,
Mm,
is travel overseas, and God is making ways
good.
for us to do some international ministry. My prayer was that I'd be able to reach souls that I may never see or
Hmm.
may never get a chance to touch, but the music or the message in the music would reach them and make ways for us.
Hmm.
Um, so, the project has only been out for 4 months, and it's taken on a life of its own. So I'm just gonna ride the wave and let God do what He's doing. Um, So I haven't focused on the next project yet because
Gotcha.
like I said, we're 4 months in. Um, but I appreciate people like yourself who continue to push, I would say, good music or artists that you believe in,
Hmm.
or that you appreciate what they do. So I want to pause too, just to say thank you so much
Oh,
for even
absolutely.
having me today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't care how good you are, what you do. People don't have to share their platform. They don't have to invite you. Don't have to book you. They don't have to do anything. But when they do, it's only right just to say thank
And and I'm really grateful and blessed everyone that I have come in contact with, from interviewing to sharing my platform, have honestly been real good people. Really good people. So far, I can say I love the gospel industry right now. So far,
you.
like
Got you.
so far, so far. And there's another question I want to ask you. Now, if you could do your own concert in your hometown of Chicago, who would be on that ticket with Kenny Lewis? What? Come on.
Rich talk.
Ooh. Your volume
And
went down. Your dog. Play with your phone. Your volume went down. Let
my
everybody
volume
know.
went down.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry.
That's okay.
Rich Talbert. Um, I'm a fan of
Yes.
what he does.
Yes.
You see that's the variety that I like.
Yes.
Tye Tribbett.
Of course.
I think Ty is one of those cats. We've shared the stage before, but he's one of those cats also. He can go from worship to a bump, and those are the things that I love.
Okay.
Um, and Kim.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
And Kim, and us. I think you'll get a well-rounded concert. Uh, and I like, I mean, our past generations have really paved the way. But uh there are a lot of new artists or artists that people haven't heard of. Like I know I'm shouting out Rich Talbot, but his stuff is amazing.
And he's a good person. He was on here. That dude is, he's really a good person. A real
Yeah.
genuine person. He's really good. I love him to death.
Awesome. Awesome. And you know what? I pray because I would even my writing, I used to try to, okay, let me go get in the word, and see, what song I come up with. But I've just been writing from experience. And
Yes.
I told people I want people to embrace the music where they don't have to be a biblical scholar to understand the message,
Right.
but they can understand my message from my experience in my music.
Right. Absolutely. That's pretty
Yeah.
dope. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the ones who have not purchased your latest project,
Yep.
let them know why they should.
Well, I think that it's a project of experience, a
Okay.
project of encouragement, inspiration.
Hmm.
As I forestated, you don't have to be a biblical scholar to understand our message. A great variety. If you like church, if you like quartet, you like praise and worship, you like contemporary, everything is on that project. Uh, Charles Jenkins is taking us to church. Michael Lampkin is singing us on the bench. Uh, Tiffany Andrews is absolutely amazing, which is one of the the ballads that she's leading,
Hmm.
called Amazing. Whatever you want is on the project, and it's something fresh. It's a fresh sound. It's a fresh energy. Um, I wanted the project to stand out, and I think that it does. I think sometimes we get bored with the same or the typical, and I've been allergic to the norm or the typical in like the last 10, 12 years of my career. And I believe that God has given us something fresh and a fresh sound for his people.
Absolutely amazing. So, guys,
Yep.
do me a favor. If you have not purchased Kenny's latest project, which the single is "He's Been Good." Now, the album. What's the album?
Undefeated.
Undefeated. Undefeated. Yep. So, is that the project that you had when you came onto the our page, the concert?
Yeah, that was the album release.
Yes. So, guys,
Yep.
if you haven't, you can just put in "Set Apart and Chosen," Kenny Lewis, and it's gonna take you back to that video. Well, sorry,
Yeah.
the album release party concert that he had. So do me a favor, if you have not downloaded or purchased his new project, which is Undefeated, or even He's Been Good, please make sure you download, purchase his project, and support this man of God on today.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Is there anything else you would like to put out before we leave?
No, you said it, download it, and go and vote for us in all 8 categories for the Stellar Awards. We are honored to
Please.
even just make it to the second round. Go vote for us. Kenny Lewis, One Voice.
Please, please, please. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. I know you're busy. He jumped in his car, guys, to do this interview with us today. He was like in the middle of something, and he jumped in his car just to do this interview. And I really, really, really appreciate it. I don't take it for granted.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Oh, absolutely. So do me a favor, stick around for a couple of minutes. But guys, thank you so much again. This is the Velika B Project. My special guest here today is Kenny Lewis. We will see you again on next week. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.
Well, that concludes this episode of the Velika B Project with your host, Velika B. Until next time we meet, be blessed.